What up, YouTube? Webhead Mike here, and over the weekend, I got to enjoy a really cool double feature of 2019's The Platform on Netflix and 2022's The Menu, which I first saw in theaters and then again on HBO Max. But this time though, I got to see them all with two friends of mine at one of their houses, and actually, The Platform was picked out by him, and The Menu was picked out by the other two of us. Now, I had previously given him quite a few movies to see, so I thought, well, if we're going to do a double header, why not do his recommendation first, and then get to mine next? And it turned out to be a really good pairing because they were both excellent, but I think The Menu was a better ending for at least my friend's experience of first experiencing both. Now, The Platform is about a dystopian future in Spain where people volunteer to be paired up on these levels where a maglev platform is going to descend level by level, pausing 2 minutes in between and waiting for food to be eaten. Now, obviously, the higher up you are, the more food there is available, and it's in better condition. And the lower you go, man, it just... scraps are left. If that. Now, it seemed to be really well set up about economic or political structures because the way it was established seemed to be that they tried communism, socialism, and trickle-down capitalism. And none of them really seemed to work until someone decided to do something different. Now, the movie's ending is quite a bit ambiguous, but I think it works really well to think about, do you emerge from the underworld in there? I'm not going to spoil too much, but quite an ending, quite a theme. The language barrier doesn't really exist in it. And I would highly recommend checking it out while it's still on Netflix, or if you can, find a way to get on physical media. I know I will. And then, of course, the next movie, I've already talked about The Menu on this channel, but I'll give a quick summary. Purely stellar. A real gem to encounter. Much like when I found In Bruges, I just thought, this is an amazing film. Why didn't I see it sooner? And same with The Menu, which I thankfully got to see in theaters at least twice. And super worth it. Nicholas Hoult, Anya Taylor-Joy, Ralph Fiennes, all awesome. All beautifully done in this movie. Some people were saying Ralph Fiennes was phoning in his acting, and I guess I can see how you would see that, but the character he plays, the chef, is so reserved, I don't see how it could have come out any differently. Although in this time, food is used as a means of unraveling truths. The way it's prepared, how it's organized, compliments or no compliments that go with it, or unaccompanied accompaniments. Which, it's one hell of a line from the movie when you get to it. Highly recommend seeing it. It'll be on DVD and Blu-ray soon, but if you have HBO Max, I'd recommend sitting down for a good 2 hours and letting it go. Now, my parents recently got to watch it, and when I got around to asking them, oh, well, how'd it go for you? And they said, we let it run for 20 minutes and then changed the channel. And I guess that's just a bad situation of waiting to see a movie on stream or whatever. You don't have to give the movie a chance because you can just turn the channel and just go somewhere else, which is a real shame because it has so much to say about art, appreciation, deconstruction of it. Like, there's this one line where the chef says, without saying these words, you have broken down my food before it has even gotten into your teeth, and you've mashed it up. And he knows what a bad customer is. But yeah, I'd highly recommend checking out both. Well worth your time. Great themes involved. And another thing about the platform, again, despite there being a language barrier, although when we watched it, we ended up watching the English dub without subtitles because I think our one friend was getting a little distracted by the subtitles. However, I'm usually a language purist and say, listen, just give me accurate subtitles of whatever language it was in, because I want to get as close to the original experience as possible. Although when I say accurate subtitles, I don't necessarily mean direct translation, because sometimes there are turns of phrase, allegories, aphorisms, or whatever, and it can get lost in translation. I'd rather have the sentiment translated. However, the dub I got seemed to pretty much get everything through. But even more beautifully than that, the subtle progression of a character was told visually through this movie, and so beautifully. As dark and dank as every level got, it was very rewarding to see the layers go through like layers of an onion almost. But what about you? Have you seen either of them? Got any recommendations for me? Leave them in the comments below. I thank you very much for taking the time to watch this all the way through. If you liked it, drop a like. If you have additional thoughts, leave them in the comment section below. But until next time, WebMike out.